So we're doing a little HSLA exercise, and hue, saturation, lightness, and transparency, alpha is what the A stands for. And so HSLA, and then we could put in here hue, we'll put 180 degrees. Saturation goes from what? What was the saturation? Anybody remember? So HSLA MDN. And color, and fine HSLA, and so HSLA is an alias for HSL. I guess maybe we just need HSL. And so here are some where we have the degrees and we have percentages. And I'm looking for an alpha. So we don't need the alpha anymore. We just do a HSL, no A. And so we could just take that out. And hue, saturation, we'll do 50%. Lightness, we'll do 50%. And alpha, we'll do 0.9. And you can see we have a green there. And why? Oh, see, my browser wants the A, right? Or my editor. So without the A, it throws an error. Even though here, it says that that's correct code. It's always kind of fun to see things that are not 100% implemented to standards, because this is the standard, more so the standard, and this is not up to it. So I'm just going to copy that and bring it down, and then delete this one, and copy that and bring it down, delete this one. And so one thing we could do is we could create triads. And so if I start out at 180, 180 plus 120 is 300. 300 plus 120 is just 20, right? So those are kind of three things, and we need to give our divs, and we'll make our divs width. Well, we'll do height is 33 viewport height out of 100, and then we'll come up here and we'll do a little reset. We'll bring this all up to the top. So we'll do body HTML, body div, and we'll do content padding 0, border 0, and margin 0, and box sizing border box. And then we will do on our body display flex, and flex wrap by default is going to be no wrap, and then we have flex direction, which will be row by default, and then we have justify content center and align vertical center, align justify content center put in the center, and align items center put into the center. But I want wrap. And these are all three would be on one row unless I said wrap. And I need to say flex grow 1. Will they grow to fill in the entire row? They're all going to be on one row. I need to give them a width, and I'll give them a width of 100 viewport width. So that would push them over. But to get these, because these are divs, they're all automatic. Well, let's just look at it. That looks awful. And I've got that linked. And I have my background colors. And I have my div. I have my div width, height, HTML body div, display flex, center. Maybe my body needs height. 100 viewport height. Wrong one. Border, 1 pix solid red. Like, where is everything? There's something. All right, like that's all the way around. See it all the way around? So where are my divs? Border, 5 pixels solid black. There are my divs. Where are my background colors? ID S1, S2, S3. Because it's not maybe liking that? Why? I thought that was... So I guess you need it, right? But those colors kind... Let's get rid of this. Those colors, do they... Why do I still have space between them? Oh, because 33 viewport height. And put them into the center. So how do I get these just... That's kind of nice, they fill up the whole page. But how do I get them to fill up without that white space, which is 1 viewport height set between those two? So align items, align content. I get to align all the content to flex start, and that's going to move it all to the top, put the space at the bottom. Or if these are just divs and I take off all the flex stuff and take off this, what does that look like? Just the divs. So there's just the divs. Still pretty similar, kind of interesting, right? Because a div takes up the entire row, we don't even need that. Div takes up the entire row, and then we've just said the height's 1/3 of the viewport height. So we didn't even need all that flex stuff. So keep it easy. 33.3333. Got us closer. So those colors, the point of this exercise is those colors are this. So it's a triad. And so we have 3 color points. We have 5 colors. And then 2 of the colors are kind of closer in. So closer in meaning the hue, saturation, lightness. What is changing here to get that closer in? Like, what is that? It gives us RGB and a hex. And then here's the other one for that. So red, green, blue. I wish we had an HSLA on that. Like, what is change? The saturation or the lightness or both to move us in there? Does that make sense? Like, where's the saturation? Is this like 100% saturation out here? Hue saturation. Let's bring it all out to 100. So that would be like 100% saturation, brighter. And then hue, saturation, lightness, bring that out to 100% lightness, and that's just going to go to white. 80%, or 80%, 50%, 0% is black, so 50 is right between white and black. And so we get those. If we added in 2 more colors, and then we had here, like this one, if it was 300, and then maybe make that 70%. And if this one is 70%, what's that palette look like? And we want these now to be 20 since we got 5 of them. That's gnarly. We could try 100, 220, 220, 340. 120 degrees apart on all of them. Fascinating. And maybe bring this down, hue saturation, lightness, bring this down to 50. And maybe bring this down to, bring it up to 70. Stopped working. Or you might go with all analogous colors or monochromatic, right, where it just changes along here. Triad complementary. So there's definitely something to know about color theory here. I think HSL starts letting you play with this color wheel in that way. I don't know color theory. I would like to learn a little bit more about it, but I just wanted that as a little bit of an experiment. Anybody have any comments or questions? How many people found this a little bit interesting?
Interesting. Yeah.
All right, good. Just playing with HSLA.